be hand movement central. So I hope that you right there are not sick of my hands, because you're getting a whole video of them. Okay? So, I'm just going to chat a little bit throughout the video because my hands don't make a ton of noises on their own. So this is more of a visual ASMR type of video, but you and I can stay and chat in the meantime. So, my leg is completely and utterly asleep because I tend to sit cross-legged with my legs crossed. So, it's irritating me a little bit, but I'll try and ignore it. Do you know what else is irritating me? These cars keep having to put a million cuts in my videos because cars keep revving their engines on the road that is right outside, and it is frustrating, especially when I'm trying to administer a relaxing atmosphere to you. And what does not relax me is somebody with a Ford F-150 revving their engine so loud that the entire complex shakes. But you know what? You and I are not going to focus on that negativity. We're going to focus on here, now. We're going to focus on relaxing. And of course, we're going to focus on my hands. My nails, my fingers. I think these nails match my shirt quite nicely. Look at that tie-in. Of course. I was saving these nails because I was like, I want an occasion to wear them because I think they're very cute. But then I had the epiphany that these nails might be very cute in design, but they aren't my favorite shape, you know. And so I put them on, and just as I suspected, they're a little short for me. Now, these are not short for most people, and I understand. That. I do. But for me personally, they're a little bit shorter than I would like them to be. So I actually don't incredibly enjoy the feeling compared to some of my longer nails that I wear. So I guess, isn't that funny how that works? But it is a cute design, and so most of my long nails don't really have any sort of design to them. They're simply a singular color nail. However, most of my nails I have on right now are singular color. Singular color with a single accent nail. But I love a good accent. And not with voices, of course. But who doesn't love that especially whispering, creates this sort of confusion as to what accent one might have. I am from America, the United States of America, and I've always thought that I had a very normal American accent. Sometimes there's a little bit of a southern twang that makes its way into my speaking, especially when I am trying to be polite. But I don't think my voice is the most, that's going to annoy me. I don't think my voice is the most consistent thing on earth. I think I sound different based on my mood, based on the time of day, the time of year, and what I've been doing, and who I've been around. I think, I'm not horribly consistent. I'm not horribly consistent with most things. It's one of my many flaws is inconsistency. I'm inconsistent with uploading here, so of course you might have noticed I'm not a very consistent person. My hair, often inconsistent in style, in color. Same with how I do my makeup. I think it's funny. It is funny. Funny. I think it's funny. I actually was called consistent by one of my friends. I think because I consistently like certain things like pink, 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 and I think my consistent aesthetic, which is actually not all that consistent because I did not always like pink. Well, I guess I did to an extent, but I was not always into the cutesy. I actually am unfortunately a former emo kid, so obviously that is not nearly as consistent as I would like it to be. I would love to say that I've been into the cutesy stuff since birth, but I feel like I am quite a mixed person, and even my interests seem to clash with one another. For example, I have always been quite into superheroes, especially supervillains. Been into Star Wars, Indiana Jones, things that are definitely not glitzy and girly. The Power Rangers, for example. Now, of course, there is a pink Power Ranger, so maybe that one isn't the best example, but you do know. You know what I mean, don't you? And the thing about it is I'm also interested in Care Bears and Barbies and Polly Pocket and glitter. So it's of course, like I said, a mix that sort of clashes in a lot of ways. And I have no problem with that. I enjoy what I enjoy, and sometimes those things don't make a lot of sense to people. A good example of this is I dress in pastels, lots of pink, lots of, things that would remind you of Hello Kitty and Polly Pocket and Barbies and always skirts and, I think you can kind of assume the sort of look I'm often in. And you will see me dressed the way I dressed in my cute little outfits, going to the bookstore and picking up the most intense looking book about serial killers or horrifying horror manga something, and there I go in my little knee-high socks and my pleated skirt to check out with my horrifying book. It's just sort of an example of how my interest can confuse people, because I wouldn't love to say I like having the different interests and the different opinions and all of that, whatnot. But it would be easier to say, oh, I'm a girly girl who likes girly girl things, but everything is obviously much more complex. And I feel like I often look very much the bimbo aesthetic, and I appreciate it, and I think it's fun, and I do enjoy the aesthetic, and I purposefully wear clothes that fits into it. But I also feel like when I do that sort of thing, people do have these preconceived notions of my personality and my opinions and my thoughts, and saying that I'm very into science will confuse people, because they will assume a certain look lacks any form of intellectual thought. And I do think that's deeply rooted in misogyny, and I also think that that's not a very relaxing topic to discuss. So we'll move on from it. But in case you weren't aware, I'm not a dumb blonde, a bimbo, yada yada yada. I am a bimbo in the sense that I dress the way that I dress, and I understand the pink and the glitter and the cleavage, of course, the cleavage. Sexuality in general. People seem to think people who work in sex work are less than. I promise you, I have an OnlyFans, and I also can occasionally have an intelligent thought, so they do exist simultaneously. I am just chitter chattering away, and I hope that it hasn't distracted you or interfered with your relaxing process. I've tried to keep my hands moving throughout the video while I talked, but overall this is just closer to another rambling video, so I'll try and space it out so it's not too close to the last one I did. I can't help it, I just talk and talk. I'm sure I can help it, and I take accountability to an extent, but I do enjoy talking to a point that I don't even always notice that I'm going on and on. But I will stop going on and I will leave you. I'm sorry if I did get into into a rambly discussion that didn't necessarily, it felt a little bit heavy. Not that I think it's heavy, I think, it's fine to casually talk about things like that, but I also apologize if it offset your mood and you wanted to hear about relaxy, sleepy things. So, hopefully you enjoyed anyway and you could get a good night's rest. Have a good rest of your night. Or whatever it is that you are currently having. Good night.